It is the 4th of May. Does anyone know what the 4th of May signifies? Anybody? Any nerds out there? Nope. May the 4th? May the 4th be with you? Ringing any bells? May the Force? May the Force be with you. It is Star Wars Day. I've got some Jedi robes on, and I love a good play on words, so in honor of that, we're going to take a look at Yoda, the wise old Yoda, and some quotes that he said throughout the series and apply them to our financial journey. Because if you can live on a secluded planet all by yourself, all your expenses are probably covered and you can do whatever you want, so you're probably really rich. Or you're super poor. Let's see. I'm not going to embarrass myself with a terrible Yoda impression. And I don't want to get a copyright strike from the mouse overlord, so I can't show the Jedi Master himself. But let's get into it. Lesson 1. Do or do not. There is no try. If you want to reach financial freedom, you actually need to focus and set some goals. You actually have to do. You're not just going to stumble right into it. I think that there are a lot of people that say, oh well, I make the minimum contribution to my 401k to get the employer match, which is a great start. Or there might be some people that think that they're going to rely on Social Security, which who knows where that's going to be in the future, or if it'll even be enough. I would say those things are more of the trying, because you're not really focusing or setting them yourself. They're just these programs that have been around for a long time, which are great, but again, who knows how much they're going to provide for you down the road. There's another quote that has stuck with me. I think I heard it from Dave Ramsey originally, that says, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. Same with this Yoda quote. If you just try, you're not going to reach your goals. So if you put in just a little bit of extra work, maybe increase your savings rate, something like that, I think that you'll be much better off. So get out there and start doing. Lesson 2. Control, control. You must learn control. I will harp on this over and over and over again, but you need to control your spending, and a big way that you do that is with a budget. I know for me, when I originally started budgeting, I felt like I had more money even though I hadn't gotten a raise or anything like that. But there's just this weird psychological trick that happens when you're telling your money where to go in your budget versus constantly checking your bank account, worrying if you have enough. And with this, you also kind of have a scapegoat if you don't want to spend money. You're like, well, I don't have it in the budget this month. I can look at the budget next month, maybe add it in. Gives you a little more time to think about it, and again, just to control that spending. Now, the second part of this is with credit cards. And you'll hear a lot of people that are completely anti-credit card. Dave Ramsey. But if you learn control and you can control your spending, there's actually a lot of benefits to using a credit card. And this control leads into our next lesson, which is Lesson 3. You must unlearn what you have learned. A big reason why people don't like credit cards is because of this lack of control that a lot of people have, and you can get yourself into trouble. I mean, it's super easy to just swipe the plastic and then just worry about it later, but that's a bad habit that you create as you use a credit card more and more as you don't control your spending or look at a budget. But once you unlearn these bad habits and start focusing on your spending and truly controlling it, then you have the discipline to not spend frivolously. On to Lesson 4. Judge me by my size, do you? And well, you should not, for my ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is. What I pulled from this is the whole idea of keeping up with the Joneses, which is when you see people buying new homes, upgrading their cars, or flaunting extravagant vacations, and you look at yourself and you go, well, I don't have these things. What am I doing wrong? Why don't I have these things? Which is getting into that judging by the size, as Yoda said. What you don't see is that they could be taking on unnecessary debt, or they're using credit cards to pay for these things. They haven't learned that control yet. So as Admiral Akbar would say, It's a trap! Social media has just increased this problem tenfold because we're just seeing everybody's highlight reel. I've seen people that I went to high school and college with post a picture of their brand new car. But I know where they work and I'm about 99% sure they didn't just drop 30 grand on a car and now that they're stuck with a $300 a month car payment. Which, if you want to spend $300 a month on a car payment, more power to you. But I think that $300 a month could go a lot farther if you invested it right or even put it into different categories and spread it out a little bit. We'll call the rest of our community the Force. And as Yoda says, the Force is a powerful ally. So realize that for everyone that's out there spending their money on whatever they want, trying to keep up with each other and showing that they're so successful, there are just as many people on the other side who are saving, investing, and going to be much better off in the long run. Lesson 5. When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not. Coming on the heels of our previous lesson and not judging what other people have and what we don't have, because at some point we're all going to get old and not be as good looking as we are. We're not going to have all our possessions, all the pictures that you posted on social media, they won't matter. What will matter is what you did with your money and if you have impacted your family in a way that they remember. So the point here is to leave a legacy. Which leads into lesson 6. Pass on what you've learned. That again is a big reason behind this YouTube channel, to pass on what I've learned. I was not taught these things growing up, so it took me until this point in my life where I actually started learning how to invest, how to save, all these different things. So hopefully through this I can pass on what I've learned and it will, again, leave a legacy and impact my family that they know these things going forward and that you can pass it on as well. But again, the wise old Yoda has another quote to humble me, which leads us into lesson 7. Much to learn you still have, my old padawan. I don't claim to be an expert on anything, and I know that I still have a ton to learn. This is just what I have learned so far, stuff that I'm starting to see the fruit of and that's starting to work. But again, we'll see down the road how much it actually does work. So I think that's an important part of just this whole journey, is staying humble and always learning. This brings us to our 8th and final lesson from Yoda's wisdom, which is, the dark side clouds everything. Impossible to see the future is. Every single day you're going to see experts claim, well, these indicators tell us that the market is going to go up. On the exact same day you're going to see other experts saying, well, these indicators say that the market is going to go down. Point is, Yoda said it best when he said, impossible to see the future is, because nobody actually knows what is going to happen with the market. Just the last couple weeks, people have been saying, well, the second crash is going to happen, which it very well could still happen, but instead of actually crashing, the market just kept going up. That's why dollar cost averaging is so important, because you don't know when these different crashes are going to come. You don't know if it's just going to keep going up, but if you're just slowly, consistently putting your money in, it's just going to grow from there. Don't worry about the short-term volatility, because if you are looking at the long-term, this is just going to be the tiniest blip on the chart of your investing. With all that said, let us know what Yoda or any other Star Wars character has taught you in your life. Smash the like button as always, then hit subscribe right next to that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. May the Force be with you. When gone I am, the last of the Jedi you will be.